Since ancient times, people noticed bright-tailed stars appeared in the sky just as suddenly as they disappeared. Today, we know that these were not stars. They were comets. A comet is a small celestial body the size of an average city, which consists of ice, rock, and frozen gases. It rushes out of the dark depths of space, remaining invisible for a long time. But when this dirty snowball approaches the sun, it gets heated and forms a bright trail of dust and gas that can stretch for millions of miles. Some comets, like planets, orbit the sun over a period of a few years, but most of them need hundreds, thousands, and even millions of years. For example, the brightest comet of the last century, Hale-Bopp, won't come back to us for 2,000 years. You have probably noticed that the stars don't shine as bright in the city as they do in the country. That's because the city lights are so bright, they outshine the distant light of the stars. That is why it is much better to put telescopes on mountains and far away from big cities. This way, you can see many more stars. But even then, some light gets lost in the atmosphere. That's why scientists decided to send a telescope to space. This telescope is called Hubble, and it helps us uncover wonders we never have dreamed of. Taking pictures of different parts of space, it discovered many interesting facts about our universe, found new galaxies, saw nebulae, distant stars, and planets. Every day, Hubble sends 80 gigabytes of data to the Earth, where scientists study it. How many stars do you think you can see on a bright, clear day? Wrong! During the day, we can see the sun, which is also a star that is closest to us. When it disappears below the horizon, we can see thousands of stars in the sky, but all of them are only a small part of our galaxy, called the Milky Way. From the ground, it seems that they are all roughly the same size, but that is not true. Among them are neutron stars, brown dwarfs, red and white giants, and even supergiants. In addition, the stars are at such distances from us, it is hard to imagine. The light from the nearest star after the sun travels to us for more than 4 years. There are stars whose light flies 10,000 years, and there are those whose light still travels to us, although they themselves no longer exist. The stars above us are very beautiful and very useful. Before phones and before the compass, people used the stars to guide their way in travel. Those who live in the northern hemisphere noticed that one bright star is always in the north, because it is right above the North Pole. It is called Polaris. To find Polaris, you first need to find the Big Dipper. A straight line drawn through one side of the dipper points to Polaris. So if you stand facing Polaris, in front of you will be the north, behind you the south, the east to your right, and the west to your left. Try to find Polaris. Check yourself with a compass. The sky is divided into imaginary pieces called constellations. Looking at these triangles and points, the ancients imagined the characters of their favorite myths. Because of Earth's rotation around its axis, the constellations at night do not stand still, but quietly float across the sky. Let's imagine that the Earth is a cabin of a cosmic carousel, and at its center sits a luminous ball, the sun. If you pass on this slow carousel for a year, we notice that some constellations we see in the fall, others in winter, and different ones in spring and summer. Our planet is thought to be divided along the equator in the northern and southern hemispheres. you seen how many stars there are in the night sky? To remember them, people divided them into groups, constellations, and gave them names. One of the most well-known constellations is called Ursa Major, the Big Dipper. It means larger bear in Latin. You can easily find it by 7 bright stars in the shape of a dipper with a long handle. These 7 bright and 200 less bright stars in this part of the sky make up the constellation. According to an ancient Greek legend, there was a girl called Callisto who was turned into a bear because she was so beautiful it made a goddess jealous. When Zeus found out about it, he put her up into the sky to save her from hunters. Besides Ursa Major, there are 87 other constellations. The Orion constellation is on the celestial equator, which means that it is visible from both northern and southern hemispheres. It is easy to find it by 3 lined-up stars, the famous Orion's Belt. According to ancient Greek myth, Orion was an unsurpassed hunter. He was very handsome, so tall that people called him a giant. In addition, he is the son of Poseidon, the god of water, and therefore inherited the ability to walk on water. The Orion constellation has many bright stars. 2 of them are Betelgeuse and Rigel, real giants